Hi, everybody. Do you are you feeling stuck being a mid-career professional in the development sector? It's quite possible, when you are in the mid-senior space. And I have been watching this with my friends also and competitors also. All of them are focusing on the mid-senior level. Why? Because it is you have grown with experience, you have the expertise, you have the required educational qualification. Sometimes you have gained on experience, you might not have that educational qualification, and might might be challenged by the newcomers who are highly qualified, yes, of experience. But it so happens in many organizations that qualifications rule over experience, and they will use your experience to train them, and then they become your seniors, and that hurts. Like, from experience, I know. Mm, but how do you then want to train people or won't train anybody who is coming? um, you can, but there is this trust factor. You don't trust the newcomers, you don't trust the seniors, you don't trust the process, even you don't trust the organize. Why such a thing is happening? Because you don't know how to protect yourself and your expertise, your uniqueness in the workplace. You don't know how to protect that because, be honest, you don't know your uniqueness. You don't respect your uniqueness, if I may say so. So let us talk about that. How to use the uniqueness of ourselves. Let me make it full screen. Yeah. So, how to build trust using your unique trait to rise to an exclusive rank. You might not be the boss. At times, promotions happen and people rise to different positions, but you can be of exclusive rank, no? When, for example, if so I'm not bragging, but all these experiences that I have been talking about, all these experiences have taught me one thing. You don't look for promotion. You don't look for increment. Those will come automatically. And when there is new innovation, people will come to you because that is my uniqueness. That is my power game. You can see. Ideas, if you are very innovative, ideas will never end. That is an unending source of power, you can say. And once you give a power, somebody will utilize it to the fullest. Being an innovator, I might not be the best utilizer of user of that particular idea. Somebody else will do so. But how do you console yourself? For the next idea, they will come because there is a life cycle to every idea. When you implement, you go to some distance, and then what happens is people will come stuck because that is not their original idea. They will go to some extent, but they will not achieve that meaningfulness. How far, how long can somebody do something very routine because it appears to be very innovative, but their heart is not in that game because it is not their idea, first of all. So, how can you copy? People can copy everything, but they cannot copy my heart, my idea, my intent, my brain. So, similar about me also. I cannot copy whatever they are. So, uh, put yourself in the balancing situation where you are not uh, them and they cannot be you. So, first of all, let us accept that and transform our obstacles into stepping stones for success. The way I was talking, it was about healing myself. Are you with me when you are hearing this? healing yourself as well, please do. Because I know I have trained 20,000 people so far and more than that, and still counting. All of them have healed when I rephrased their self talk into power talk like this. And whatever I am saying, it is very usual, no? Every day you face that thing. But you might be confused about your own potential, your own uniqueness. That is what I teach with my yo-yo ritual, where I identify your unique strength and then um, learn few disciplines. Discipline is very important. And there is a strategy to how to identify um, your own uniqueness. Challenges of career stagnation, if we talk about that. And before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Samrita, and I'm the founder of Dignity Career Alliance. Why I put dignity? Because that is my mm, value. I have three values: dignity, abundance, and learning. And my vision statement is to help 100,000 professionals to create a calmer, cooler, and greener world. So I start with calming mid seniors at their place by giving them their purpose, and thereby will create ultimately a calmer, cooler, and greener world, which will celebrate human dignity, creates prosperity, explores new frontiers of innovation, buzzing with cross learning to create a difference for lasting impact and personal fulfillment. The vision statement I have written just in front of me, and I keep on reading it. So, understanding mid career challenges, there are limited growth opportunity, skill stagnation impact, frustration with progression, and real life case studies. So, limited growth opportunity, if we talk, then we can have a goal setting and visualization session, steps you need to take and how you will feel once you reached your goal. Break down your goals into smaller tasks or milestones. Your dream can be huge, like my dream is huge, right? Is calmer, cooler, greener, glow. When I am talking about it, you'll feel it looks like very fancy kind of dream, but it might not be real. But who can say it may be a reality, because people are getting aware. And when you are listening to me, you might be also getting some ideas, your idea. And we can create a little forest in my balcony. Just yesterday, I was gifted 40 plants. So my balcony will now have about 60 plants. So I create a mini forest in my own garden. What do you say? So, when you have that idea intent, it just starts happening. So, even if you don't trust me, why not start writing all these big dreams that you have? Just write it down. Everybody says, whoever motivational speaker, every Venn Dyer, if you go, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Oprah Winfrey, mm, anybody you go, Eckhart Tolle, whoever you go to, they will see that please write down whatever is there in your mind and don't contest your mind. Because the mind, you don't have to bring it on. You have to just be a child with your own ideas and just write it down. Then that intention is very essential. But when you put action points, that is why I have put the action points of guiding 100,000 mid seniors to out of stagnation and achieve significance. And that is how that calmness at workplace will begin. And once that begins, I'll achieve my goal in some small ways. So that has to be very realistic. Dream has to be big. You have to have this big, audacious dream. The next is daily habit. So once you have just one day will not do. You have to have this habit of doing things over and over again. Like here, I have mentioned like 30 minutes each day exercise, 15 minutes before bed reading, or spending 10 minutes meditating in the morning. So these are habits. If you have formed these habits, then practice it for 30 days. Start small and gradually increase the difficulty or duration of the habit over time. Go for a vacation or staycation once you achieve some kind of habit. Mindfulness and self reflection, this is very much required, because once your mind is aligned to something, you have to do things. Then your skill stagnation, if it is there, then understand your audience and reframe whatever you are doing. This is where I bring in this storytelling things. I have data, and then I start writing a story, and I keep on improving my story and my method of analyzing the data. You can do it. So frustration with progression. So the quote is, you have done it before and you can do it now. See the positive possibilities. Redirect the substantial energy of your frustration and turn it into a positive, effective, unstoppable determination. You have to self train yourself, no, pamper yourself out of the frustration. Impact of stagnation on career growth is 62%. As the industry data says, when you are frustrated, you actually operate at 20% productivity level. And if it becomes a habit, then you do a substantial damage to your potential. Seizing career opportunities, be proactive, vigilance on industry changes, and if you can see your chance, then please grab it. Network with other people for advancement and continuous learning commitment. That is one of my value, as learning is always the key. Embracing change for career advancement. What would you do? Embrace change. Whatever comes, comfort zone expansion, you have to give up some of the comfort zone, like me going to office and coming back, and happy about everything, because I have picked up something and I'm doing on it, and that is my comfort zone. But I can do better. So I have diversified my portfolio into 2 3 things. Now I do data analysis also. I'm learning how to do this storytelling, because as I tell you, I'm learning it also all the time. Then risk mitigation, take risky challenges always, and whatever growth opportunity is there, please take it. And the strategy is starting paths creatively. Visualize career strategy with strategy metrics tool effectively. So what do you do with this strategy metrics? It brings clarity and focus. It prioritizes your goal, alignments with aspirations, and enhance decision making. Out of so many, which one should be your priority? So this tool is there, grand strategy matrix. Let us see what all it does. So it has 4 quarters. It is kind of a SWOT analysis, but you can actually divide it into all these things and put yourself which quarter. Enhance existing skill, pursue growth opportunities, seek challenges to maximize potential. Are you in this quarter? Or do you need to have skill development and you need to have some personal growth as well? In the quadrant 3, lateral career move opportunity, you have to seek, and here also new skills or hobbies will be required. Maybe some entrepreneurial ventures will be required. Then quarter 4 will be whether your weaknesses are creating some problem. So you have to, maybe there is a habit issue like time management and very delayed decision making. So you have to kind of pivot through all those. Navigating pathways and decision making, utilizing the metrics for decision making. So if career opportunity you would go for, then do a SWOT analysis, your strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat analysis, network, further education, or risk assessment. If you change, what risk will be there? If you are kind of contemplating promotion, then what is highly recommended, what is optional, and recommended. Like this is the career opportunity. Lateral move, optional, SWOT analysis, and highly recommended is networking. Further education is optional, and risk assessment is recommended. If you are doing skill development, SWOT analysis is recommended, networking is optional, further education is highly recommended, and risk assessment is optional. If you are going for entrepreneurial ventures, then SWOT analysis is recommended, networking is recommended, further education is optional, and risk assessment is highly recommended. So, which path you want to choose? Career pathway, then if you are choosing project management, then skills required will be highly organizational, interest level has to be moderate, growth potential moderate, and alignment with values will be very high. Policy analysis, then analytical skills will be required. Interest level have to be very high, growth potential have to be very high. It is very high, and alignment with values varies. Program development, if you are doing, then creative thinking, interest level has to be very high, growth potential very high, alignment with values is very high. So when you are doing a holistic kind of thing, your creative thinking, interest level, growth potential, and alignment with values have to be very high. Yeah. Please remember that program development is something which you can do with your own USP, uniqueness. Leadership, if you are choosing leadership, then strong leadership skills are required. Interest level have to be very high. Growth potential is very, very high. And alignment with values have to be very high. That is why I call this as a leadership growth. Here, nobody is saying the promotion is required. Have you seen the promotion required out here? It is kind of, where do you stand? Application of metrics in real life scenarios. You can use this in career transition, skill enhancement, entrepreneurship, exploration. Measuring success with the metrics, what the promotion achieved, skill development growth, increased job satisfaction. Achieving career advancement and growth, long-term planning is required, continuous learning is required, adapting to trends, networking, and mentorship. That is all we have seen. Empowering mid-seniors for growth is self-reflection is required, as we have already discussed. Goal setting tips are there, strategic thinking is required, innovative path exploration is required. We have to work with your resume and how your existing skills can be described in the alternative path scenario. And networking, where our interest, our dreams, our goals will resonate with somebody else. So these are the ways you can build trust with yourself first. Your relationship with others is nowhere near your relationship with yourself. So first work on that. Once you are very convinced about anything that you want to do, then the other decisions become very, very easy. Then you accept yourself and make your decisions very interesting, and that is where a mentorship will be required. Why? Because you haven't seen many interesting things that come your way when you are trying to get out of your stagnation. So a mentorship is required, and yes, a continuous learning is required, and keep on doing small things. Whatever you are doing, persisting with it is very, very crucial for improvement. So that is all today. If you like this video, then please subscribe to it and subscribe to my channel as well. And I'll be even happier if you can ask me a question as to how you can progress in your career. Can we have a one-to-one call and discuss these things? So